Hello my friends, welcome to another exciting episode in our CorelDraw design series. In this video, I'll be walking you through the process of how I created this December flyer inside of CorelDraw. Of course, with few steps which you've seen in previous videos. This is as simple as it looks like. You'll be able to follow along and we'll both arrive at this. Right, so if you don't mind, if you're not subscribed to my channel, now is the best time to do that so you don't miss any video I'm dropping after this time around. Without having to say much or bore you with words, let's get started. So the first thing to do is click on file and click on new like this, and you'll be greeted with this page. Next thing to do is I'm just going to write the name of this particular flyer, which is going to be social media flyer. Size, the width and the height stays 5x5, resolution 300. And inches, RGB, everything else stays the same. Now click OK, double click on this rectangle to have a replica of this rectangle here. You can see it doesn't have a color, so I'll come here and fill it with red, right? And make sure to also remove the outline, right? Well, I'm just going to go all the way and start typing, right? With your text tool, I'm just going to type December like this. Okay, so I'm going to change the font to the one I used. Take note of this, I used Morganite. I'm going to make it bigger like this, and yeah, I'm just going to make it bigger and yeah, like this. Okay, so with my shape tool, I'm just going to reduce the spaces in between the letters. I'm going to change this to white so that I have a good contrast between the red and the whites. So I used the Morganite bold. So everything I used in this video is available as a resource file in the link in the description of this video, right? So I think this one I'm going to leave it at bold, right? So I'm going to leave it like this. Cool, right? Yeah. So what I did was Ctrl C and Ctrl V to make a duplicate copy of it. Select the two of them, move them upward like this, and there you go. Right, just two copies, and convert to curve. Click on this to weld it like this. Right, so it's no longer a text again, it's now a shape. So what I'm going to do next is, sorry about that, Ctrl Z. So with this one selected, Ctrl C, Ctrl V, copy and paste, then drag this one down like this. What I'm going to do, I'm going to make it look like a reflection. So I'm going to click on, with this one selected, I'm going to click on this. Right, I'm selecting all of them and I'm taking it upwards just slightly. So go to Effects, or go to Objects, Perspective, then click on Add. So what we're adding here is perspective. So I'm just going to, with the edge, I'm just going to adjust it to the edge of the page like this, so you have this nice perspective effect going on here, right? Good. So with this selected, I'm going to add some extra effect to it, and select it, click on transparency. This is what you're selecting, right? Click on transparency like this, and hold down shift and draw from white to black like this to fade it out this way. Okay, fade it out this way, exactly like this. This is what you want to achieve. Yeah, good. So select this, select the initial text. Oh, I think this is perfect the way it is, right? So I'm going to go to interactive fill, right, and I'm just going to do something like this. I'm drawing from red to white. I'm using my interactive fill too, but this is not what I want to use, right? I'm going to use radial, right? Change it to radial. I'm going to draw again from white to red. So on this part here, I'm going to click and select the red color to fill it with red, and this one here, I'm going to click on this, and I'm going to use a darker shade of red. So it's still red I'm using, but a darker shade of red, right, to create this nice gradient effect, right? So I'm just going to bring this down a bit, bring this down a bit to modify things well. Click on this, make it slightly darker like this. This is the color code for the other red, so you can copy and use the same color code too. Okay, so with this done, I'm going to convert this to bitmap. Click OK like this, and I'm just going to make it uniform transparency like that. So I have this our nice text effects going on here, December, and faded into perspective. Also, you have it on the ground. So I'm just going to go over and bring in Santa first. So I'm just going to drag. In our next video, I'm going to talk much about how to get images where I download high quality images from. So you don't want to miss the next video, right? Very important. So I'm just going to place this here. I don't want him to be too big. I need the December to be obvious. So I think this size is good enough. Just drag it down like this, and we'll just do some fading. So go over to transparency to click on it, and from white to black like this, fade it to the background. I'm going to move this down to make sure it's properly faded. Okay, you want to do things the right way. Yeah, okay, so that out of the way, I'm going to adjust the gradient of the background gradient. Right, so it blends well. Now I have it in the right place. I'm just going to move this down a bit. Go over and bring in my next image, which is this image of the traffic lights, and I'm just going to make it smaller and position it somewhere here. Flip it like this, and click on it, flip it back. Sorry, it's supposed to be this way, not the other way around. Click on it and make it bigger. Yes, this is what I want to achieve. So you can see that most part of this traffic light is outside. So how do we get rid of that? In previous videos we always use power clip, but then we're working with crop. So select crop. Now this is how it's going to work. Now I'm just going to draw. I'm working on this image. Select the crop. I'm just going to crop out the places that I want visible for this traffic light, which is from this part here to this part. So everything outside of the crop is going to go. So click OK when you've aligned it. You can see now it's just the lights, everything else has faded away, and it's perfectly sitting inside of the page. So this is how to quickly get rid of things that are outside of your design page that you don't want, right? So instead of using power clip, you can use crop. So go ahead and select Gaussian blur to add some blur effect to it. I'm going to reduce it just slightly so it's not too much, like this. And yes, so it feels as though the December is like a zebra crossing and Santa Claus is trying to cross over to the other side, maybe cross into the new year. That's the concept of this design. Actually, that's what I actually thought about when I was putting this together, right? So I'm just going to move it slightly upward like this. Traffic light, you know, showing red, and of course you know what red means, right? Red means stop, so it's crossing the road. So I'm just going to bring in this one, the next one. Enough of road education and all of that. So I'm going to bring this inside like this, and I'm just going to make it smaller, just this way. It shouldn't be too small. I'm going to position this here, and I'm going to make it slightly bigger like this, and voila. You can even make it very big. You can use your crop to crop out areas that you don't want, which I'm going to be doing here like this. So as you can see now, while this image is inside, I have so many things outside. You can see the design, and you can see this light effect. But then before I do all of that, I'll go over to adjust it. Go to effects, go to adjustments, go to hue and saturation, because I want to change it from that yellow it is, that the yellow that you have currently. So I'm just going to play with my hue and use something like this. So hue 46, click on red and increase the saturation like this and increase the lightness like this. So you can copy my settings, right, and use all of this and close this when you're done. So to download CorelDraw, click on this and click on screen as blend mode to make it light up. So to download CorelDraw, you can get it by clicking on the link in the description of this video. It takes you to a place where you get it, and you can install and use the same CorelDraw that I'm using too, right? So I'm just going to use crop. I'm going to crop. I'm selecting the lights now, and I'm going to highlight only the areas that I want to see. When I'm done, I'm just going to press enter, and everything else fades away. So this is what I did, right? Cool. So now that you have that in place, I'm just going to go over and do some other things. Select the Santa for instance, and I'm just going to okay, I think it's fine the way it is here. So going over to the next thing, I'm going to go over to my rectangle tool. I'm going to draw a rectangle here like this, and I'm going to use my eyedropper to select this color. I'm going to fill it with this color, right? Remove the stroke or the outline, and what you want to do is go to transparency tool, and I'm going to fade it from white to black, so it's like a blend. I'm just going to move this up to blend well. Yeah, so it's like a blend here to blend it into the image itself. Hold down your control and click on black 3 times to make it darker like this. Okay, so that's out of the way. With your rectangle selected, draw a rectangle like this, right? A rectangle like this, and draw another one here too. Still with the rectangle selected, draw another one here like this, so you have this shape like this. So when you do this, of course I don't want sharp edges. Go to your shape tool. Let me fill this with color red and white. Click on this, go to your shape tool, and drag inside a little bit to create rounded corners. Do the same thing for this one also. Drag inside to create rounded corners like this. And what you want to do is remove the outline from both of them like this. And the next thing you want to do is click on G on your keyboard and draw something like this. This is your gradient. Click on this point here and select the 10% gray. Move it inside like this so it blends well. So with this one, I'm just going to draw an ellipse like this. Give it white. Remove the outline like this, and what you want to do is click on your transparency tool, and you should go from white to black, right? Make it bigger. Click on transparency. Okay, no, go to bitmap, convert to bitmap, and click OK. When you've done that, click on transparency and click on uniform transparency. This is the effect you want to create, right? So I'm just going to crop out all these areas so it seems as though it's inside. So I'll use power clip, select this shape, and adjust it well inside like this. Flip it this way, and when you are done, click finish, and boom, this is what you get as a result. So I'm just going to go in and bring in my text, expand this a little bit, bring in my text. I already typed that out to save us time and everything. So drag and drop inside like this. This is the text, and I'm just going to put it here, make it slightly bigger, just perfect. Go on and bring in my logo and drag and drop somewhere inside here like this, and we're good to go. So this is my logo, and I'm just going to increase it just slightly like this, and great. Okay, so you can feel free to add any additional. I'm just going to move this downwards like this just a bit to position this well in place. So yeah, slight adjustments to the gradient itself, and you're good to go. Alright guys, this is how, if you followed me to this point and you followed every step, you will arrive at this together. So this is how I created this flyer inside of CorelDraw. If you like my video, support my channel by using thumbs up button and by subscribing to my channel so that YouTube shows this video to so many persons. I'll see you in the next video. Ciao.